Hello students, today we will see another practical, that is op-amp as inverting amplifier. You all might have studied amplifier in your previous classes or previous semesters. This amplifier is a circuit which is been used to amplify the signal. You can see the signal is been input over here, this signal is input, and if you see the output signal, it is been enlarged. If a signal is small and if you enlarge the signal, then that is nothing but the process of amplification. That is simple, a process of amplification. As there are number of amplifiers available, you can use BJT, you can use FET. In that also you can use different configuration, common base, common collector, different types of amplifiers are there. But today we are going to study op-amp. As an inverting amplifier. So operational amplifier is being used as inverting amplifier. Now before going to amplifier stage, let us first understand that what is op-amp. Op-amp is an operational amplifier circuit. This IC 741 is operational amplifier. This IC 741 is op-amp, right? Now as all we have studied, or you might be studying in the theory classes, that op-amp will have two input terminals, that is the inverting one and that is the another one is non-inverting one, right? Op-amp will have two input terminals, that is the first one is inverting terminal and non-inverting terminal. It will have one output. This is the output which is taken from pin number 6. It will have plus 12 and minus 12 power supply. This is plus 12 and this is minus 12. Now let me show you that I have already connected all those connections. Now you can see one wire is been connected. I have connected to plus 12. This is a battery power supply of plus 12 minus 12 regulated DC power supply, right? And this is connected to plus 12. This is over here, it is been connected to minus 12, and similarly you can see this is the ground terminal. Remember, this common or ground is very important. Even if you have connected plus 12 minus 12 and if you forget to connect this, then op-amp will not work, because plus 12 volt or minus 12 volt, that is with respect to 0 volt. So if you are not giving 0 volt, then it will be a problem for an op-amp to measure plus 12 and minus 12. So this is 0 volt or a common terminal connected to the common of a power supply. So this was all about the power supply required for operational amplifier, right? Now as we have used op-amp as an inverting amplifier, so the input signal, these two are input signal. Remember, these two are input signal. This is the positive of input and this is the negative of input. This is the positive of input, this is the negative of input. That input is been connected to the pin number 2, which is an inverting input terminal of an operational amplifier, right? Now remember one thing, when you use op-amp as an inverting terminal, or if you give supply input signal to the inverting terminal, the output will be 180 degree out of phase. Means if you compare input and output signal, there will be 180 degree phase shift between the input and output signal. We can also see over here, you see input in which first we have positive half cycle, then it is going for negative half cycle. While if you see the output, you can see the amplitude is been increased, but it is having 180 degree phase shift. That is, first you have a negative cycle. Then you have a positive cycle. This is due to the op-amp as inverting amplifier. This is due to the inverting terminal which we have used, right? So this is one of the important thing. Now The another thing is we have to first set the input voltage. We have to first set the input voltage. Now from where do we will take the input? We will take the input from a function generator. Now let me introduce the function generator to all of you. This is our function generator, right? For in function generator, you can have sine wave, you can have square wave, a triangle wave, sorry, or you can have a square wave. But in our case, we will only use sine wave. We are not dealing with the duty cycle, we are not dealing with the DC offset. We will only use this frequency ranges. Right? Now, in order to set the voltage, this level signal is been set. I have already set this using this by connecting this AC millivolt meter. I have already set to 0.1 volt. Right? Now, for change in frequency, you have two knobs, that is coarse and fine. Coarse is nothing but it will change the frequency with higher values. Fine is nothing but it is going to change frequency with small amount of fractions, right? We can have frequency change from 2 Hz, 20 Hz to 2 megahertz. That is our frequency range. But for at present, to understand the practical, I have set frequency that is 1 kilohertz. You can see that is 1 kilohertz. Now, as I have set input 0.1 volt, and if you remember, or let me tell you that when op-amp is used with its inverting terminal, the gain AV is given by minus RF by R1. The gain is given by minus RF by R1, right? Now, what is the value of RF over here? What is the value of RF? You can see this is the value of RF, that is 10K. This is the value of R1, that is 1K. If we substitute this value 10K and 1K, if we substitute this value 10K and 1K in this equation, then we will get 10K divided by 1K is equals to 10. So this AV value is nothing but 10. AV is 10. Remember this 10 value. Now, what is the meaning of this AV? This AV is nothing but voltage gain. Now, remember, this 10 is a factor which is going to be multiplied with the input signal. So, whatever will be the input, that is going to be multiplied with this gain of an amplifier, that is we have calculated the gain is 10. This span factor is nothing but the amplification ratio, that is going to be multiplied with V in, that is our input signal, and it is been coming out to the output. So, this V out is nothing but V in multiplied by this 10, that is the voltage gain of this amplifier, right? I think this gain factor is now clear to you. Now, let us verify practically. See, I have set 0.14 or 0.15 volt over here, 0.13 near about 0.4 volt over here, 0.13. That voltage from signal function generator will be multiplied with the gain of an amplifier and it will be coming to an output. Now, how we will check the output? For output, we are using AC millivolt meter. For output, we are using AC millivolt meter. Students with an electronics background or have worked some part of their things in electronics may have used this AC millivolt meter or may have used the voltmeter, right? But let me introduce this AC millivolt meter. This is analog AC millivolt meter which is having two ranges. We will deal with this black scale. We will not deal with this red one because that is the decibel value. We are not interested in finding the decibel values. We are interested in finding the voltages, right? Now remember, in this voltage range, we have 0 to 10 scale, 0 to 10 scale. Within this 0 to 10 scale, if we want to, if this knob is on, you can say 100, 10 or 1 volt range, or 100 millivolt or 10, then we will use this 0 to 10 volt range. If this knob is on 3 multiples of 3, that is 30, 300, 330 or 300, then we are going to use this 0 to 3 knob, 0 to 3 scale, the downward scale. Fine. Now, as the supply has been connected, let us make it switch on. I am making switch on this supply. As I have make it switch on, you can see the output value of the AC millivolt meter is 1.5 volt. You see, this knob is on 3 volts range, so we have to consider this downward scale, and it is showing 1.5 volt. So V out is equals to 1.5 volt, while my V in was 0.1 volt, 0.14 volt. This is 0.14 volt. So the difference between VE and V out is near about 10. That is what we have set to AV. Fine. Now this whole experimental process, you can see it over here. I have fixed it for 1 kilohertz, but in practice, if you are doing this experiment, if you are doing this practical then you have to take, I will show you some of the readings. You have to take number of readings for varying the frequency. Starting from 20 hertz, you have to measure the output voltage. For another frequency, again you have to measure the output voltage, and in similar fashion, you have to vary the frequency in increasing order up to 500K, and have to vary, or you have to note down the corresponding output voltage. Once you get this corresponding output voltage, you can find the gain. AV is equals to 20 log V0 by Vi in dB. Now remember, the gain of this amplifier, if we see, then that is fixed, that is 10. But these values is corresponding, these values of input and output and AV is corresponding to this one frequency, that is 1 kilohertz. Remember, that is for 1 kilohertz range, 1 kilohertz. Now the same process we have to do it for all the range of frequencies, and we have to find out the gain. We have to find out the output voltage. We have to measure the output voltage. Once you do this process, you note down the frequency, you vary the frequency and note down the voltages. You have to plot the graph. That is AV versus frequency. The graph of AV versus frequency. AV is nothing but the gain which you have opted over here for different frequency versus the frequency. Now remember, this is a semi-log graph paper. Starting from 20 hertz, this is 20 hertz, this is 10 hertz, 20 hertz to the maximum value. You can find at some point over here, the frequency, at this frequency, the amplitude of the amplifier, that is the output voltage, it starts to drop. This is due to the bandwidth of an amplifier. So this was all about the operational amplifier. In that case, we have studied op-amp as an inverting amplifier. Okay, thank you.